Hi, Simon, back in the Hoard today, and my project for today is to finish these two walls of the shed here. I'm going to start by moving this door out, putting it in the pile where the other ones are, and there eventually is going to be a window here made out of that French door, and I've got a second one just like that, which is going to go in that opening, a little bit of light through the slits in the wood there. But anyway, so for today, my plan is to knock out this wall. I've got some insulation here. This will be a great opportunity for me to use these little pieces. I'm going to go right in here. I've got a full sheet behind here, which gives me R6. It's going to give me another R6, which should, although this isn't R6, so I'm not looking for super insulation on this building, but since I have this stuff, and the other opportunity would be for this to go to the landfill, which I don't want, so I'm going to stack this stuff in here. Then the little scraps that are left over, those are going to go into the trash. But I've used this stuff 3 times now. Once for the house. I used this, these were the cutoffs for the beginnings of the solar kiln, which is in my Adobe video if you watched that on Saturday. These are the cutoffs from that. So I'm going to use these one more time to insulate this wall. It'll be behind some sheathing, so it won't matter if it's just chunks. Again, I'm utilizing something that would have been thrown away probably 2 times already. Last week's video focused on these principles. Take time to tidy. Make places for stuff. Pave the path to peace. And go vertical. Thanks, Anne. And the principle I'm focusing on today is finishing what I've started. So this shed has been in process for 3 years, and it's time to get it done. The skies are threatening a little bit here. We'll have to see if the rain comes or if it holds off, but I've got a big overhang on this shed, so I'll be dry inside. That is, unless it gets super blustery, which I hope it won't. Stay tuned. I'm going to start by tidying up this area right here and putting this stuff in places where it belongs. Here's some Shogiban, which is a Japanese wood preservation technique. Made this on my rocket stove a couple years ago. It's staying preserved, but I need to use it soon. So I do have a project in mind for it, so I'm going to store it where it can stay dry. Alright, Mr. Gent, Family Industries Catalog Department, I'm putting my gloves on. I appreciate the exhortation on that. I definitely need to be wearing gloves working out here. So, thumbs up. Appreciate it. By the way, this stuff's going in the big pile because I'm going vertical. Moving that door really opened this up. And have a nice big window right in there, letting in some light. I stockpiled this insulation here and the sheathing here, some sheathing here, to prepare for this project. But I gotta tell you, this has been cutting into my path toward peace. So I'm ready to get this used up on the wall and clean up this space. I've got some cushions ready to go on my little chair here. It's a pallet chair I made for my daughter a couple years ago. She's outgrown. I changed the color to gray to match the wall. I had to call it a night last night. It was too late to do any more drilling with the impact wrench. It was just too loud. Noise ordinance. Anyway, so day 2 on this project, but I'm determined to get this done. This is definitely one that's gonna take more than my allotted hour, but I'll speed it up even more so it doesn't take longer to watch. My goal was to miss the screws, but that didn't quite work out. Train's here. Alright, so this was definitely more of a construction project, and it probably wouldn't pass an inspection. Well, maybe it would, structurally, but aesthetically, it's a little ragtag. But I used up a ton of material, so that big old pile I had in here is now reduced to this. I got a few extra pieces over here. But consuming all of that stuff, a lot of those small pieces of foam kept them out of the landfill, and the energy and materials used to make that stuff has now been given a second life. Whew. So I need to sweep up in here to return this to a peaceful place. I had that stack of stuff in here for a couple weeks while I was working on other projects, and it was getting on my nerves a little bit, so I'm happy to have that gone. There are probably a few usable pieces in here, but I'm gonna make myself throw all of this away just because I have plenty, and this is a good exercise of having used it. Now I'm gonna refuse it. So coming soon, it may not be next week's video, but coming soon, I'm going to do something with this French door. In fact, I'll move it into the spot where I'm gonna use it. Alright, so you get a sense kind of where that's gonna go. I'll have to frame that out, and I'm gonna bring in a second door to be right here. So kind of a glass corner in this part of the shed. And in that corner, I'll do a wall, like a footer wall, concrete, probably a foot tall, and then put the doors on that. And then I'm gonna have, hopefully, a rocket mass heater that goes in that corner. I need to think about, could those doors actually withstand the heat that close? Might need a plan B on that, but I'll think through that before I make that final decision. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.